Hello students of class 12. I'll be explaining the chapter Electric Charge and Field, that is physics chapter 1. So I'll be actually following the NCERT book and giving notes. So stay tuned and learn what I say. Make notes. The first topic is electric charge. So if an object possesses electric charge, it is said to be electrified or charged. So if any object possesses electric charge, so we can say that that object is electrified or charged. And when there is no charge, it is said to be neutral. It is an intrinsic or fundamental property. Intrinsic means very essential property of matter that causes it to experience force when placed in an electromagnetic field. Electromagnetic means electrical field or magnetic field. So some force is experienced by that object when it is placed in an electromagnetic field. So there are three types of charge: positive charge, which is associated with protons; negative charge associated with electrons; and neutral charge associated with neutrons. So objects are electrically neutral as there are equal number of protons and electrons. What does this mean? That number of electron in any object is same. Electron is equal to proton, hence it cancels out and the object is neutral. It doesn't have any charge. The apparatus to detect charge in a body is a gold leaf electroscope. It consists of a metal rod with a knob and two gold leaf attached to the bottom, which diverge when charged. Now let us understand with the help of a diagram. So this is an electroscope. It has a metal body with a knob and there are two gold leaf at the bottom. Now when I touch the knob with an object having positive charge, the charge comes down, is conducted with the help of metal rod to the gold leaf, and the gold leaf diverge. Why diverge? Because positive charges repel. This apparatus shows, electroscope shows the existence of charge in a body. So when the charged object touches the knob, the charge flows down the rod to the gold leaf. The gold leaf, now carrying the same amount of charge, repel each other, causing them to diverge. The greater the amount of charge, greater is the divergence of leaf. The question in front of us now is how material bodies acquire charge. So, previous lecture which I have given was that all the materials have same number of electrons and protons, hence they are neutral. So how now the material bodies acquire charge? So material bodies acquire charge primarily through the transfer of electrons. When they come into contact or rub together, it leads to one object gaining electron and becoming negative charge, and the other object losing electron becoming positive charge. So if there is same number of electron and proton, so if the body acquire more electrons, it becomes negative charge. On the other hand, if the body loses electron, the proton will be more, hence the body will be positive charge. Let us understand with the help of diagram. So there are two bodies. One body is having 4 proton and 4 electron, neutral. One body is having 6 proton and 6 electron, neutral. Two bodies are rubbed, and on rubbing, body B transfers 2 electron to body A. What happens now? Protons remain same. There is no change in the proton. So 6 proton, but 2 electron goes from body B to body A. So now the electron becomes 4. And here there is a gain of electron. 4 electron plus 2 electron, that's 6 electron, and proton is 4. So there is more of electron, hence it is negative charge. Less of electron, hence it is positive charge. So next topic, conductors and insulators. So what is conductor? Conductors are materials that allow the free flow of electrical charge, that is electrons, whereas insulators are materials that prevent the flow of electrons. So in conductors, the electrons can freely move. Insulators, the electrons are not allowed to move. Conductors have loosely bound electrons, that is valence electron, that can move freely within the material, enabling them to flow, enabling the flow of charge. So in conductor there is a flow of charge. The electrons, the valence electrons, the outermost shell is a valence electron. So the valence electron is loosely packed, and hence throughout the conductor the electrons move and there is a flow of charge. In insulator, the electrons are tightly packed and are not allowed to freely move, making difficulty for the electrons flow of charge. So hence, as insulators, the electrons are not allowed to move freely. Hence the charge is not transferred. Next point, in conductors, charges are transferred or distributed over the entire surface of the conductor. In insulator, charge remain at one place, one point. Charge remaining at one point is known as static electricity, and flowing of current, flowing of charge is known as current. It is mobile. So in conductor the charge is mobile, and in insulator the charge is static. So semiconductors, what are these? These are materials that have electrical conductivity that are conductors and insulators. So these materials are both conductors and insulators. Example, silicon, germanium. So basic properties of electrical charge. First, let us understand what is point charge. A point charge is a charge of body which is much smaller than the distance involved, allowing us to treat the charge as if concentrated at a single point. So there are 2 point charge, negative charge and positive charge. There is a flow of charge, there is outflow and there is inflow. So these bodies' distance is very large, hence the charge is called point charge because size of the charge is very small. So the topic is additivity of charge. Additivity of charge means that the total charge of a system is the algebraic sum of all the individual charges within the system, taking into account their sign, positive or negative. So with an example we will try to understand. If a system have 5 coulomb charge and negative 2 coulomb charge, the total charge of the system will be what? Algebraic sum. So plus 5 plus minus 2 is equal to plus 3 coulomb. So it is the algebraic sum. So conservation of charge, the net charge present in an isolated system will always remain constant. Charge can move from one object to another but cannot be created or destroyed. So charge can move from one object to another. There will be a flow of electron, but it cannot be created. So it is known as the conservation of charge. Next topic is quantization of charge. Charge of a single electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 18 coulomb. You should be knowing this. This is a charge of one electron. The quantization of charge states that the charge, that is Q, of any object can be expressed in the form of Q is equal to N into E, where N is an integer, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, and so on. And E is the elementary charge, that is the charge carried by single electron or proton. So the charge is discrete in nature, meaning that it can't exist in fractional multiples. So Q is equal to NE. Now N cannot be fraction. N cannot be any fraction. It has to be integer, either positive integer or negative integer. Let's understand with an example. If a body have 10 electrons, the total charge of the body is Q is equal to NE. How many electrons? 10 electrons. So 10 into charge of one electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So what will be the answer? 1.6 to 10 to the power, as this is 10 to the power 1 and this is 10 to the power minus 19. We add the power, exponents are added. Minus 19 plus 1 is minus 18. So 1 microcoulomb is written in 1 mu c, that is 10 to the power minus 6 c. 1 millicoulomb, that is 1 mc, is 10 to the power minus 3 c. C is coulomb. If a body have n1 electron, n2 proton, find the total charge. Total charge would be n1 into electron, n2 into proton. That would be n2 minus n1. So the charge of any body is always the integral multiple of E. Integral multiple means integer multiple, which is increased or decreased. So the first question in NCERT states that if 10 to the power of 9 electron moves out of the body to another body every second, how much time is required to get the total charge of 1 coulomb on the other body? Let's understand the question. How many electron moves out from one body to another body is 10 to the power of 9 electron, and in 1 second. So we have to find out the total charge of 1 coulomb which the other body receives in what time. So we do the unitary method. 10 to the power of 9 electron moves out in 1 second. So 1 electron moves out in 1 divided by 10 to the power 9 second. This formula you will be understanding and remembering. 1 coulomb equal to 6.242 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. So how many electrons in 1 coulomb? 6.242 into 10 to the power 18. So 6.242 into 10 to the power 18 electron moves out in this multiplied to 6.242 into 10 to the power 18. So if 10 to the power 18 and 10 to the power 9, what will be the result? 18 minus 9, that will be 9. So 6.242 into 10 to the power 9. And this will be in seconds, so I have to convert it to year. So from second to minute, minute to hour, hour to day, and day to year. So 60 to 16 to 24 to 365. So result will be 198. Sorry, it's 198. So 198 year. So you can round up to 200 years. So in 200 years, 1 coulomb charge will be transferred from one body to another. So next question of NCERT is how much positive and negative charge is there in a cup of water? So it's a cup of water, we have to find out the negative and positive charge. With the quantity of water, it has not been given, so we are assuming the quantity to be 250 gram. So suppose the cup contains 250 grams of water. Now, molecular weight of water is H2O, that is H is 1 into 2 plus 16, that is 18. So, molecular weight of water is 18. What is 18? 18 gram. Now, let us do unitary method. Number of molecules in 1 gram of water is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. What is this number? This is Avogadro's number. So number of molecules in 1 gram of water is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 divided by 18. Now number of molecules in 250 grams of water is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 by 18 into 250. We park this total number of molecules. We have found out the total number of molecules. But the question is to find out the charge. So we park here and we proceed with another understanding. So we have found out the total number of molecules in 250 grams of water is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 by 18 into 250. Fair enough. Now we are going to charge. So in H2O, there are 10 charge, positive charge and negative charge. Let's see how. Number of protons of oxygen in oxygen is 8. H2O, how many oxygen? 1 oxygen. Oxygen have 8 proton and 8 electron. Similarly, how many H? H is 2. So how many proton? 2 proton and 2 electron. So 8 positive, 8 negative. 2 positive, 2 negative. So number of proton is 10 positive, 8 plus 2, 10. Number of electron, 10 negative. Total charge, total positive charge is 10, that is N, into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So this is the negative charge, this is the positive charge, this is the negative charge. Okay, great. So, we have found out the negative or positive charge of 10. So what is that? We have to, what we have to do? We have to multiply with the total number of molecules with the charge, total charge. So 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 by 18 into 250, that is the number of molecules, into 10 positive charge or 10 negative charge is 10 into 1.6 to 10 to the power minus 19. So when you solve it, you will get 1.34 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb. So this brings end of part 1 of the section chapter 1. Stay tuned and please share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.